Good morning and welcome to the Mike Show for Tuesday, May 19, 2026. 53 degrees at 8:23 a.m. and I am your host, Va Kamal. And I am a sinner, and I'm powerless, and my life is unmanageable. Humility and gratitude are the keys to life. It's always today, it's always now. My life is not my own. My will not be done. There's no reality but God, and the only thing we have to do is die. So, how are we going to live today? And I hope and pray I can live from my heart, a life based on faith and not fear. Oh boy, what a day so far. We've been up since just after 4, got out of bed 5:30, quarter to 6, something like that. Had some cold, thin, watery gruel already. Let everyone out. The roundup wasn't too bad. They're still straying, the girls, but when I'm telling them to go home, they go home. So that's a plus. I'll take that. And eventually, after enough of that, they are going to start staying in the yard, I think. Maybe in 2 or 3 years. Anyway, it's beautiful out there today. It's a beautiful spring morning. Everything is green, growing, and alive. Lots of birds singing. And yeah, we've gotten some bills paid. Getting ready to wash the kitchen floor. Before that, we're going to have some eggs. Had some delicious coffee. Peru dark roast from Old Mill Coffee Roasters. I gotta tell you, I don't feel too bad. I'm a little tired, but I dreamt a lot of dreams last night, man, and it seems like my sleep pattern was almost normal last night. I think I fell asleep around 9:30 or so. And it is amazing what actually getting some restful sleep does to this body and my disposition. I can still be an ornery prick, don't get me wrong. And that can happen at the drop of a hat, as the saying goes. But anyway, it ends just that quick too, though. That's the thing of it. And I've known that about myself for years, so I can live with it. Anyhow, we might as well just go into a recap from yesterday. Yesterday's thumbnail was a shot of Chloe. She's been featured in the last 3 thumbnails. But yesterday she was solo sitting up on the windowsill by the refrigerator, the kitchen window. Chloe number 1. The first Princess Coco Honey Bunny. Beautiful, beautiful girl. And there's Coke number 2. There's Coke. Oh, yeah. Else even went outside this morning. She was the first one, and I did fall asleep upstairs. You know, I really think getting away from watching movies and things is helping me get restful sleep, too. I read to the cats again last night, but anyway, get back and try to do some chronological order to this thing. So after coffee and wake-up time and a kettlebell workout, and I had cold, thin, watery gruel and a banana for breakfast, I hopped on my bike and pedaled to Full Bore Firearms. I think that was, no, hit Aldi first. Picked up some organic ground beef and some cat treats. It seems like there was one other thing, but I could be wrong there too. But we're not going to dwell on that point. And talked to Jeff about a firearm I had that exploded, and he's going to do what he can to take care of it with the importer. The thing was made in Germany. It's a single action army style 22 Magnum with the 22 long rifle cylinder. You can shoot either round. You got 2 cylinders. But I tried dealing with the people last fall, and it didn't go well. And he said he'll take care of it, and he'll see what he can do. And he told me I'm going to charge him for my time, too. So we'll see what happens, because I was ready to turn that thing into a paperweight. or just somehow get it off my registration or disassociate my name with the thing, carve it up, destroy it, prove to the police that it's no longer mine and not working. And anyway, but there's still a shot that it might be able to be repaired. So that would be nice. But if it's not, I've been ready to eat the loss on it for a long time, because as far as me putting the money into it to get it fixed, and the thing, it was less than 6 months old when there was problems with it. The frame literally started melting. The barrel's steel, the cylinders are steel, but the frame is made of pot metal. And when I tried emailing the people, they won't answer phone calls, and they want to do everything by email. And they told me I could send the thing in for evaluation, not repair, evaluation. And anyway, I just said piss on it, because by the time I would have to pay for the shipping, which most gun manufacturers, when you got an issue, they send you a free label and they take care of it. Ruger's especially a good one. But anyway, I thought if I'm going to have to start dumping all this money into this, and it was going to be a considerable amount, about half of what I paid for the gun, I'd be better off just putting that money toward a Ruger Super Wrangler, which is basically the same thing, except it's only a 6-shot, and that one I have is an 8-shot. So anyway, and then I gave Jeff a review of taking my AR out for the first time, and picked up some more tips and pointers as far as cleaning it and everything. I'm a new AR-15 owner, and I'm not afraid to ask questions. And he's been very helpful. And then I had some issues with some of the ammo I used the other day that I got from him. He scored a bunch of ammo from a guy that cashed it in and traded it in and got a good deal on it, but it had been misproperly stored. So I had feeding issues with it, and there were some fail-to-fire issues. And he was ready to go good on what I had left. And I said, nah, I'll just burn it up at the range. It'll be fine. I said, this is just an FYI for you. So, you sell it to somebody else that's a prick customer, you won't have to deal with it, And he knew what I was talking about. And then he also gave me 20 rounds of some other ammo to try out. So that was cool. I pedaled home from there and had some lunch. What did we have for lunch? I finished off that taco meat I made Sunday, and those delicious wraps that the label makes look so delicious, but they're full of toxins. Picked up neighbor Steve, and we went out and did some plinking out at Devil's Lake. Came home from there, hung out with the girls and Max and Els, and we got a storm in the afternoon, and I let the girls out right before it hit. And they never experienced nothing like that. And you should have seen them. Poor Chloe was terrified and underneath the porch. Gracie was underneath the truck back there. Ruthie just shot right back in the basement door. But yeah, and it was a doozy of a nice electrical storm. It really was. It rained again last night as well. You can see out there all the raindrops still out on the spirea. So anyway, hung out with the cats, had a burger, and I chopped up and boiled a sweet potato and ate a burger and covered that with some gravy I made last week. Used that up. It was yummy. What did we have for a snack last night? And then I had some more of my Kogo Viennas in a wrap with onions and peppers and pickles and homemade Coleman mustard. I've been buying that Coleman mustard powder and mixing up my my own mayo as I use it. Read to the cats, like I mentioned, and here we are. Maybe we'll remember some more, and maybe we won't. But we're going to take a little break. Welcome back. And I don't really mean that. And I didn't mean it when I said good morning either. We've been joined by Maxie. Coke's still over there. There's Coke. Princess Coco Honey Bunny II. Something I've been failing to mention that started happening last week. along with, things out there being green, growing, and alive, and flowers blooming, and all that fun stuff. Oh boy. Excuse me. The gooses have had their baby geeslings. And I deliberately said that. I know better, but they're so just lovely and fuzzy. And the other day, I think I mentioned if it could just be like the 3rd or 4th week of May forever, and just see those little fuzzy little baby geese. They're so beautiful, so innocent, and full of life. And then around here, except with the exception of last year, for years, then they have these citywide goose hunts to kill the geese because people ain't got the sense to watch where they're walking and they step in goose shit. Oh, the crimes. Oh, the humanity. It's so terrible. Oh my God, I stepped in goose shit. I just don't get it, but that's me. I know I'm a weird one and an odd one when it comes to that. And it's not that I'm anti-hunting or anti-gun. But they do go out, they find the nests where the geese have laid their eggs, oil them so they won't hatch. And it's bullshit. It's just, we pollute this planet more than any creature or all the creatures combined on it. And just because people ain't got the fucking sense to not step in goose shit, they slaughter them. Sport hunting's a whole different matter. Because these things... These ones around here in the parks and that where they're allowed to hunt, they're half tame, and they just literally just blow the shit out of them, and it's the same people that get to draw the permits to do it every year from what I've been told, so anyway. But another thing we did yesterday, bouncing back to yesterday, is after I took a break while I was reading, I cleaned the bathroom, did the walls in the shower, the tub, the floor, the sink. No, I didn't do the sink. I did that the other day in the toilet. So we had to throw that in there. And today we're doing the kitchen floor, part of our work someplace, some think, some read, some do a little nothing, etc. every day. Hey, Mackie. Gonna hang out with them sweetses, huh? Yeah, we're gonna hang out with them sweetses. I gotta check my Eggy Wigs. And we're back again. Getting Eggy Wig off my face. Maxie's cleaning the plate. Hey, Mac. Some more excitement from yesterday. I think I remember talking to Cousin Paul, but I think a lot of crazy things. Then I received a call in the afternoon from a guy I met out at the range last year who just got back into shooting, and he's been on a tear. He's built himself an AR pistol and an AR rifle and back into loading ammunition. And anyway, he's downstate now doing loss prevention at a store down there, basically a security guard. And we caught up and had a nice chat. And it was good to hear from him. We've been texting now and then. But my new phone is not really... You can text on it, but it takes forever, and I'm not going to do it. It just ain't worth the pain and grief. Oh, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, it was nice to talk to him. And then what else did I just remember from yesterday? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't from yesterday. I don't remember if I mentioned I did stretching and yoga today and practicing, training for old age. Did something that I got to start working more on my balance. And there's a yoga pose I do where you stand on one leg and then, do some breathing and reach your arm up into the air, and then you stand on the other leg and do the same. So anyway, training for old age, and I'm about ready to wash some dishes, wash the kitchen floor, and who knows what's, going to happen from there. Hey, Mackie. Hey, bub. Look at that sweet boy. Been working on his coat and combing him. Anyway, I love you, bub. You gonna come sit with me? Maybe we'll just hang out with Mackie for a little bit, but I think that's all we got. I do think I'm going to pedal out to the range today and do some planking again. There's Mackie. So, from the cold gray ashes and coals of my cold black heart, my broken, beaten, battered, bruised, bloody, burdened, empty, hollow, cracked, shattered, hopeless, forsaken, forlorn, bitter, angry, tired, resentful, twisted, convoluted, confused, grieving, happy, and grateful soul, piss off, happy, terrific Tuesday, and thanks for not tuning in.